The globe is a fact. So tis globe. That's their reasoning. It's tis globe. That's all they say.
There's something we all know to be true. About this, there's no need to be blue. As plain as the nose upon your face, where straight lines can be replaced. It has to be. It has to be. All the people sing.
Tis globe. Tis globe.
It's such a wonderful thing.
So tis globe.
No corners here, just round and smooth. Every inch a path to prove. A spinning mind is full of grace. A joyous dance in every place. It has to be. It has to be. All the people sing.
Tis globe. Tis globe.
It's such a wonderful thing.
It's tis globe. That's all they say.
No corners here, just round and smooth. Every inch a path to prove. A spinning mind is full of grace. A joyous dance in every place. It has to be. It has to be. All the people sing.
Tis globe. Tis globe.
It's such a wonderful
The
thing.
globe is a fact. So tis globe. That's their reason.
There's no need for logic here. Everyone knows tis globe, no fear. Round and round we go again. Together where joy never ends. It has to be. It has to be. All the people sing.
Tis globe. Tis globe.
It's such a wonderful thing.
It's tis globe. That's all they say.
Shorter than a straight line can be true. If you imagine the shadows gave it you. Tis globe. Tis globe.
Tis globe. Tis
Everyone
globe.
sing. Tis globe. Tis globe. It's
So,
globe. It's
tis
such
globe.
a wonderful
Tis globe.
thing. Tis globe.
It's tis globe. That's all they say. So tis globe. Tis globe. It's tis globe. That's all they say.
It has to be.
Tis globe.
It has to be. All the people
So
sing.
tis globe. Tis globe. Tis globe.
It's such a wonderful thing.
And we are live. As always, it is a free-for-all Friday. But we're going to be going over a bit of information, a bit of something that we came across. Logos has always handed me all of this stuff for years, really. And strange circumstances. I'll have to give you the story, right? So this is going to be me recounting what I can remember about things from a bit ago, because I've been reminded about it a bit more recently. So, welcome everyone. Everyone's all right? Everybody in the chat good? I don't want to get started because this has come around. I mean, I don't know what people in this arena, people that watch what's going on here and who's watching. Probably there's loads of people watching. But, you know, like, people like to keep themselves quiet whenever they do watch these things, because we've found that, you know, people want to try and take our arguments. Somebody was saying that to me that, you know, I use flat earth arguments. But my reply to them was, flat earthers don't make arguments. I'm the one that makes the arguments. They take my arguments. They're not flat earth arguments, because the earth ain't flat. But hey, if people want to take the arguments, they can take the arguments. It still doesn't make the earth flat. Just because, you know, people try and reimagine arguments that have already been made. They've been wrote out. They were already made way before I reformulated them. They were already there. Some of the arguments, that's what they are. They're just simple. The gift of logos logic is basically what we were. I've been talking to a few of the people. I talked to Maud one this morning about, you know, exactly what geometry is. It's not about lines and shapes and stuff like that. It's about a system of logic, but you have the word and the identity of the subject that you're talking about. Then you have the logical formulation of how you interpret these things together. And then you have the rhetoric, which is your ability to express this entire process from beginning to end. And all of that is within the elements of Euclid. And that's what it is. It's an expression of that ability for the mind to reason for itself and for you to be able to communicate those sort of things. We've got a guy who's in the chat at the minute who can easily be fallen into a trap of illogical thought. He just did. He's convinced that horizontal is curved. He's curved horizontal just recently, but also admitting that horizontal and vertical are perpendicular. Now, that's a dogmatic model that's to blame for that person doing that certain thing. And these dogmatic tendencies tend to go within, I don't know, like people quite often call us a cult here, but I mean, we're far from it. Anybody can come in and say whatever they want. Nobody's saying anything to anybody. Nobody's forcing people to make videos for them. Nobody's doing any of that sort of stuff around here. So if anybody does want to come in, today we're going to be going over a little bit of information that we found out about a request that seems to be given. But I mean, that's at the end of a long chain of things that I would just like to attempt to lay these down, because I'm hoping that there are people listening that, you know, they've been asking questions about what we know and what we've been talking about, because of recently there's a guy called MacToon who has a website and he does email for a living, and he put a video out, was it last week or something? Again, my timeline's vague, but he put a video out that reminded me of another video that another YouTuber, Mr. 42, did a few years ago. So, you know, Mr. 42 is one of the people within this arena that if you've ever been in any of the chat rooms or anything, then you will know who Mr. 42 is. I definitely do. And it comes from, I don't know, it might have come from a bit before this sort of time, but my understanding of how I know Mr. 42 is from seeing a video. That's how it started. I watched a video, and that was the video that MacToon sort of replicated, as much as I can remember. Now, MacToon said that Dave Weiss's Flat Earth Friend Finder app, because I think that's the bit that we're talking about, the actual friend finder, not the sun and moon clock app. That's the Antarctica, the final experiment thing, the actual sun and moon clock app. Well, this is more about the friend finder and, you know, people that sign up to the app. Now, I don't know what's gone on this time. I've not said anything or heard anything from Dave, but I have gone back over this stuff. So, Mr. 42, to my recollection, this is what occurred. And if Emma's in here, anybody else that's around here at this sort of time, and there are quite a few people that remember this from these times. So, I was forced to recall a video. Now, Mr. 42 made a video And to my understanding, I watched that video, and it was called something about hacking Dave Weiss's friend finder. I don't know whether he says the app or what, but he was talking about hacking Dave Weiss's app. And I thought this was a bit alarming because there are some really strange characters within this arena. Like, really strange. And I don't know what they would do if they were to have the information of a load of flat earthers. Because they say all sorts of things. I mean, I've heard this group of people say that flat earthers don't deserve to breathe the air that they're breathing, which, you know, sounds a little bit extreme, but that's who we're dealing with. It's 2024. Everybody knows it goes on. And there are people like that, particularly quite a lot of them in McToons's Discord channel. Right, so we're over there, and I'm being forced to relive it because I said to Mr. 42, I said, I helped facilitate that deal where you got paid by Dave Weiss. I don't know whether this is a known fact in this arena or not, but back about, well, it was at the beginning of December 21. So 3 years, nearly 3 years ago. 2.5, let's say. 2.5 years ago. Where am I at? It's hard to relive this. So 2.5 years ago, right, I said to Mr. 42, I helped you get paid. And he said, no, I didn't help him get paid. Which, you know, what we're dealing with, the situation we're dealing with is Dave Weiss's app supposedly has a white hat hacker helping Dave Weiss close the issues within his app. I have to be careful here, right? Because so white hat hackers help people, but I was under the impression when I watched Mr. 42's video that, well, I didn't know whether Dave Weiss knew about it or not. So I thought I best inform Dave Weiss that there was a guy, because I don't know how much Dave Weiss deals with this arena or not. So I thought I'd best let him know. And then Dave Weiss came back to us and told us that he'd solved the issue. Right, so I said that to Mr. 42. Mr. 42 then asked me to give him the date and time that I talked to Dave Weiss repeatedly on McToons's Discord server. This may sound like a boring story, but we'll get into the good stuff in a bit. So I was forced to go back to find out when Dave Weiss came round here to make sure that, you know, I could check with myself. And yes, there is records of me talking to Dave Weiss. Now, should we go over the records of 42 from back then, just to go over it? Would that be good?
Yeah, make sure you show everything.
Okay. I can't. Right, wait a minute. Let me get this, because this is a video from the time that 42 had done his video. So we can go over that at least, so everybody understands what we're talking about. It was 02, wasn't it? It was... $21. 12:02 was it? 12:02, 21 minutes.
I'll even accept that.
Right, okay. I'll give you this. Right, so if I put this on the screen on here, not that one. That one there. Right, it's even got the actual thing on the front of it. Dave Weiss has sent you, and that's the money that you can see that Mr. 42 here has posted this in our Discord. And it says, Dave Weiss has sent you $84.51. Thanks for the security checkup. Issue fixed. Maybe I can put you on retainer for future security checks. Much appreciated, Dave. So Dave Weiss here has paid him for his security checks. Now, I was under the impression that I told Dave because I'd watched Mr. 42's video that this occurred. But I mean, do you want to put? I'll put this on. Volume, yeah. Do you want to?
Decent globe evidence, not necessarily approved, but
Nobody wants to listen to Mr. There you go. Brian Leakey. We got Mr. 42 in here. Paid hacker. Hacksaw. Elite team. What do you do with people's docs usually when you do your hacking of normal time? Mr. 42.
He's actually in here.
Yeah. He's come in and showed us. It's a blast from the past, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
He's a paid hacker. That was nice of you as well. I mean, did you... I take it you sent Dave the details of the hack first and then asked him that it would be all right to put a video out about the hack.
Yeah, he said he contacted him weeks ago.
Yeah. To let Dave know that there was a problem. And Dave said, yeah, don't worry about it. We'll get it fixed. Because it's fixed now, right? Have you tried it recently?
Where's Wally has contacted Dave 5 weeks ago.
See, here we go. I'm going to have to keep pausing this now, right? Because this sneaky little shit is lying about all sorts of things, right? So, there we go. Where's Wally contacted Dave, apparently. But who takes any notice of Where's Wally? No one. So Where's Wally contacting you? Must be... I mean, I bet Dave Weiss gets about 100 emails a week, possibly a day, from Where's Wally. You know what Where's Wally's like? He's like one of McToon's little errand boys. So yeah, like, listen to this, wait, 42, this is back then. 42 said he informed Dave, but he didn't. Somebody else did.
Where's Wally has been called a clown, it has been ignored, and now it has been fixed after my video, yes.
Okay, so did you contact Dave about you making the video about it?
No, I personally did not.
So you thought it would be a good idea to let everybody know that you are a hacker? within
And
the
what
community.
exactly has been done then?
I don't know. You made the video about it. You
Yeah.
hacked the app. It's called what was the video called?
I know what it's called, yeah.
Hacking the app, right? So what did you get out of the hack then? Like, have you handed off the details of all of the stuff, the docs that you got from everybody?
Everything that I've gotten and the information is shown in the video.
Okay, so
I
what did you get then?
don't-
Did you get people's details and find out where everybody is?
No, that would have been possible as I explained in the video, but I did not go that step because that would be illegal.
Oh, but showing it is, yeah? Showing people how to do it that's okay, right?
I did not show how to do it. That part I left out.
Oh, you made the video though saying hacking. Like, so anybody that did know would know
Yeah.
where to go to do it, right?
To be fair, I said hacking in the title because that is what gets people attention, but in reality there is no hacking involved in that video.
Oh, right. So you make
Yeah, so
videos
deception.
with deceptive titles because
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Straight
yeah.
up deception.
okay. Like,
Oh.
okay, so here we go again. Admitting that, like, he's putting hacking in the video title to make himself look good, but he's not really hacking. But he did make the video before telling Dave about it. Now, if he did the video before telling Dave, would it be right to say that I told Dave after watching the video? I don't know. Because that's
Yes,
what I said to
I
42. I said, under my understanding, I watched your video. I was concerned about Dave and his app, so I thought I'd best let him know. And I did. And then we had contact with Dave, and this is one of the consequences. Now, 42 obviously came round here. I don't know why he's that bothered about coming round here to talk to us about it, but I mean, you can see the people that are in the chat at the minute. There's quite a few people that, some of them sadly not with us at the moment, but, regular people.
Can I make a comment?
Yeah.
I think the audience needs to ask themselves if this was all done in good faith by Mr. 42, and he had every intention of letting Dave know, why did he make a video of it? Why not just do the work involved, find out that there was an issue, contact Dave behind the scenes,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Why go through the whole thing about putting out a video and then not saying anything about it and relying on who knows where's Wally, you, like, I don't know how many other people could claim that they told Dave Weiss that there was this video out there.
Yeah. Like, I think that's what he's saying. He's saying it couldn't have been me because some other people contacted him on Twitter to tell him. Well, perhaps loads of people did. Perhaps anyone that watched the video, any concerned people that watched Mr. 42's video could have contacted Dave. It just so happens that I was one of those people and I told Mr. 42 that. And he then wanted to know the date and time that I contacted Dave Weiss. So I didn't really do anything because I'm not bothered. But he continually, repeatedly asked me for this date and time when I talked to Dave Weiss. So Emma went back and found on Mr. 42's video when Mr. 42 made his video. They're still on Mr. 42's channel from back then. It's something about hacking the app. Deceptively titled now, he says, although I would say it's not deceptively titled. He actually was hacking Dave Weiss's app, and he made a video about it. He's only now saying he wasn't hacking it because it's actually illegal for you to do that, to make YouTube content, but he got away with it because Dave paid him. Other than that, he hacked Dave's app. But he isn't a hacker because he got paid by Dave Weiss. So Dave Weiss helped Mr. 42 out because Mr. 42 had made a video without informing Dave Weiss. Now, the reason I'm going back over this is because McToon has done exactly the same thing. Except there's a little twist to McToon's one, which, you know, I was sort of suspicious about 42. And if anybody's out there that they can remember these sort of things at these sort of times. But the question is, how does 42 know about this backdoor thing, the hack? Is it because he's a hacker? Because we know about the circumstances of McToon finding out about his particular thing. Well, I'll listen to a bit more of 42 Lions shitbag.
Oh, there's Rick,
Yeah,
yeah.
nice.
I'm gonna ignore him, sorry.
It doesn't
No,
matter
go
you
ahead.
ignore anybody, right? Like you're the one that's made a video that
Yes.
states you hacked an app, and
Yeah.
then you've been paid for the work that you did hacking the app. Now, how
I did not
much
know
were
that
you
beforehand.
paid, right? You know that bit that you didn't show in the video that you could have done, right? The details of the docs. How much did you get paid for the docs that you actually did, for the deep hacking that you didn't show on the video?
Everything that is public, yeah. I
He
did not
wouldn't
get
say,
paid
would he?
beforehand, anything.
Wouldn't
I did
say.
not expect to get paid. I did not contact David myself, as I told you. So I
That's
didn't even,
not the question you've been asked.
Right, so he's saying now that he didn't contact Dave. He just made a video about hacking Dave Weiss's app and titled the video Hacking Dave Weiss's App. What's McToon doing at the minute? Anyone know? Anyone keeping an eye on McToon? Very
I don't know,
similar
it
to this
seems-
sort of shit.
There seems to be quite a few people that think hacking into things and making videos about them is the same as going to someone and saying, hey, just a heads up, there's something wrong with your security. I mean, that's what a decent human being does. But apparently, Mr. 42 is not one of those. McToon is also not one of those, you know, decent human beings, because all he's doing is just publicly showing everyone there's a problem and almost inciting people to go and,
Yeah.
you know, have fun with an app
Challenging
that,
people like 42 here to go and find people's passwords and details and stuff.
like, why
Hello, my
would you
friends.
even want to do that?
Can-
Sorry, Rob.
Right.
Go on, Rob.
I was trying to wait. I was trying to wait for a spot, but you guys just kept going. I'm sorry. I just want to say hi first and foremost, and second, Bev asked a question about what MC Tune is up to lately. Well, all I will say is that Robot Polisher put out a video yesterday or this morning, and I laughed my ass off because apparently MC Tune and Fight the Flat Earth are really struggling nowadays because they tried to convince Jim Brewer. I don't know if you know who Jim Brewer is, but he's just a comedian that started looking into Flat Earth and did a lot of stuff with Flat Earth. And they apparently interviewed Jim Brewer, and they were spiraling. He can't even take them seriously because they think we went to the moon.
So he thinks the Glovers are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jim Brewer's
Yeah.
hilarious, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take much to notice these dogmatic Globers are absolute nutters. And, you know, everybody knows it, but they've been allowed to get away with it. Because it's the same within the false dichotomy. There's no difference between this. But, I mean, there's one side that can do it blatantly, in your face. Literally tell you, Mr. 42 titled his video, Hacking the App. He made the video. He purposely tells you he didn't contact Dave. He just made a video about hacking Dave's app. Now, McToon's doing a very similar thing at the minute. Except McToon's telling people to go and do it, I think. That's what it sounds like to me.
Have you got any of those tweets that you can put up? Just to show that especially that last one.
Let me get it from, because it's in the other one, isn't it? Copy. Right, let me move that over there. And there you go. So this is a tweet that McToon's put out there. He says here, if anyone wants a list of the most gullible and stupid humans on the planet, grab the FE Sun and Moon Zodiac Clock app from the Google Play Store, decompile it, and yeah, so he's like offering up a list of people. That's McToon. And now McToon got this information from somebody who was trying to get in contact with Dave Weiss, you know, to help him secure up his app. But that's not what McToon's doing with it. And he's been doing this for a few days, McToon. Not a stable person.
I don't know if he was supposed to, but you're not showing that on YouTube, by the way.
Am I not? It's showing it there.
I don't know. Hang on. Unless...
It's showing it on my screen. It might take a bit.
Oh, yeah. There it is. I was a little bit behind on the YouTube.
I couldn't do that. Yeah, I'll put it on the thing, but... yeah, so this Mr. 42 and Dave Weiss have they've been going after Dave Weiss for a fair bit, right? That's what these people do. I think it's because he's a flat earther, but I'm not so sure. It might be because he's got an app and, you know, he's got a bit more money than they have. I don't know. I don't know why people do the things that they do. Play this.
Because they're obsessed.
I didn't even know he was...
All the details. Sorry, go on.
It's just because they're obsessed, these people, with the shape of the earth, and that anyone that doesn't agree with the mainstream narrative, then they will do anything they possibly can. They hate people that disagree with it. It's unbelievable. And then this is the result when you've got these people that will go and hack things.
Yeah, and they'll tell you they're hacking it. And then when you say, but you put a video titled Hacking It, and they'll say, well, you know, I wasn't really hacking it. I just put that in the title of my video. And then later on, a few years later, when you say, you know, you hacked that app, they'll say, you liar. You know I didn't hack it, even though the title of the video is still Hacking. I mean, he's proud of it. I don't know how well he did out of that, how many views he's ended up getting out of his hacking Dave Weiss's app. But it looks like McToon and all of them have followed it on. Made it into some sort of a sport.
What do you think would happen if the roles were reversed? And say that the Glovers had made an app, you know, they wanted to locate each other, that kind of thing. And then somebody came along from the other team, Flat Earth, and said, "Oh my God, look, we can hack this. Everybody, I can almost say for certainty that they would lose their minds. They would be, trying to take people to court. They would be trying to, expose everything. But when they do it, oh, it's all fine, guys. We're just hacking these people that don't agree with us. So, of course, it's allowed." I just don't understand how they all think it's an acceptable thing to do, an acceptable way to behave.
Well, it's
what do I know?
tribal, isn't it? It's tribal. When you get into this arena, it's very tribal. And, I mean, there are flat earthers, but there's loads of them, isn't there? They're all over, and they're all sorts of different flat earthers. In little bits of groups everywhere, right? You've got the dying flat earth debate guys, and then you've got the 24/7 hangers-on that have been around for a fair few years. But then there's the new group. There's the Twitter Flat Earth Friday group. And then there's this other group on whatever from Lisbeth. On whatever that other app is, right? So there's loads of different groups of flat earthers. But Team Dogmatic Globe, I think they've been battered around a fair bit recently, the Dogmatic Globe believers. I mean, it's arguable as who's more ridiculous, the flat earthers or the Dogmatic Globe believers. It's a bit hard to tell at the minute. The false dichotomy.
You want my
is not
answer?
too bad. Yeah, go on.
I'm a little biased. I'm going to say the dogmatic globe earthers are worse than the flat earthers. But I'm biased.
Yeah, the flat earthers are arguing amongst themselves, though. I mean, what are the Dogmatic Globe guys doing? Other than, McToon having a go at Dave Weiss's app, trying to get people to hack it. And then you've got Will Duffy trying to set up the Church of Globe, falsifying Dave's app. It's all like an attack on Dave Weiss and his particular breed of flat earth, isn't it? Like all of the rest of them. Like, who cares about Nathan Oakley 24/7? I mean, the guys over at Geo's, nobody cares about that. They're all after Dave Weiss. The big names, Whitsitt. Don't know what they're doing about Jaren. Jaren upset flat earthers a bit, didn't he? He's took a bit of a bashing recently.
Yeah, I've been personally, like, I've been spending most of my time over at Geo's, and we don't actually talk about flat earth a whole lot. It's mostly a lot of people and their ideas. A lot of biblical talk lately, actually, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, that's because Will Duffy's setting up the Church of Globe, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you can't have flat earthers taking the religion side of it as well, right? You're going to have to expect pushback from the Globe religious guys, right? Has to be, doesn't it? So yeah, you'd expect them to go into that because they're going to have to shore their up all of the fences and everything, make sure they've got everything sorted for when the Christmas barrage comes from the Globe. The new Globe religion. I'll play a bit more of this. This is 42, the lying shitbag.
Bullshit, and you know it.
Oh. So
you're just making something up now.
Well, no, you said it. You've made a video. You were hacking. You hacked the app.
Where is the doxing there? You just make something up.
No, you hand that over. You get paid for that, right?
I didn't hand anything over.
Oh, so you still... Okay, so now this is one of the problems I have. He's made a video about hacking Dave Weiss's app. and said that you can get the locations of everybody off it. But then he's saying he didn't do that. But if he didn't do that, how does he know you can do that? And if he's not making that much money from Dave Weiss, which you can see on the screen there, 84 euros, this is not that much. So why would you make a video risking you, because you're putting on it that you're a hacker? Why would you do that unless you were going to get paid for it? It's criminal activity. He wasn't informing Dave Weiss so Dave Weiss could fix anything. He made a video informing people about a hole in a door, supposedly, that was left open. Much the same as what McToon's doing at the minute. Now, I don't know much about all of this computer stuff, but I do know that hacking's not good. And it's not good, particularly when you say you can get everybody's location. You can actually get in there to find their names, their addresses, their locations, their passwords.
I have to let you know, Bev, we've already caused a bit of a stir.
Really?
With some old but familiar faces lurking around, trying to get attention.
Yeah, hacking, that's what the video was called. Yeah. So I listened to a little bit more of this. You've still got all of the docs then? You're holding on to them for a later date?
Everything that I got is in the video. It was public information. I didn't actually save anything, yeah? I didn't
you did
save
say
all
you
those
couldn't
locations.
put it on the video because then it would be illegal.
Yeah, but I
Right,
didn't
so
even
the
do it.
stuff that you did when you were making the video that you couldn't put in the video, all the docs of the people.
I didn't do
you're
anything
keeping
that is
hold of
not
it.
in the video. That's what I said.
You're keeping hold of them though, right? Yeah, I know. Say you wouldn't put them in the video. You said if you were to put it in the video, that would be illegal, right? So you obviously,
No, if I
you're
do
not
it, that would
stupid
be
enough
illegal.
to put it in the video.
If I
Of
do
course.
it, that would be illegal. You're changing my words.
So can I ask a question?
Of course, Kevin.
Yeah, so let me ask you this. Someone with your skills, could they watch your video and then take a tack that you did and do what Bev is suggesting that you might have done? Is that possible?
They wouldn't even need my video to do that with skills.
Yeah, but that's not the question I asked. Could someone with your skills do what you did and then dox a bunch of people from an end?
Probably yes. But they wouldn't.
Thank you.
But
Right, there you go. Could somebody else watch your video who knew what to do this sort of stuff and actually do what you said that you didn't do? Said yes. So I'd say he should really have informed Dave about that first. Would you not think? Wouldn't that be what a white hat hacker would do? I would have thought so. So it did seem a little bit suspicious. So I thank Mr. 42 for allowing us to come back and relive this time.
not anymore.
you.
Dave just fixed it.
Can I get a question as well?
So there you go. Dave just fixed it. So the timeline, at least as far as I remember, was Mr. 42 made a video. I let Dave Weiss know, probably other people as well. Dave Weiss then got back in touch to make sure. He checked with Mr. 42. He obviously then checked back with his web developer to make sure that the hole that Mr. 42 had shown him was an actual one. He then decided to find out it was, right? So he got his web developer to work on it. He paid Mr. 42 a pittance of $84, $100, I would have thought it was. of which, you know, Mr. 42 must have given his details to Dave Weiss. I mean, Dave Weiss can't just throw some money at the internet and it end up in Mr. 42's account. So there was a deal at what happened where Mr. 42 got paid by Dave Weiss. And as Mr. 42 says in that video, Dave Weiss fixed it. That was all within the space of about, I don't know, maybe a day or two from him making the video to Dave Weiss being informed by whoever. It doesn't really matter. It wasn't Mr. 42. He's made that plainly clear. And then Dave Weiss had to get in touch with Mr. 42 because it was his video that everybody knew about the hack from. And Mr. 42 got paid. Now that's the story under my recollection. Does that sound right to everybody else? I mean, a few of you around here as well at the same time. A little bit more. I mean, they wouldn't put a video out saying that they did it, would they? And they definitely wouldn't put any of that stuff that was illegal and against the law. They wouldn't put that in the video either, would they? These other hackers that may or may not be able to do whatever you may or may not have done when you made your video about you hacking an app.
Agreed, yeah.
How do you know it can be done if you didn't do it?
Well, hang on. Can I get my question? Of all the apps that are out there, and there are hundreds of thousands of apps available, why did you single out this particular app to do this expose on?
Okay, fair question. We had a talk yesterday in another survey about this app, and people found out security issues.
There are hundreds of thousands of apps out there with security issues. Why this particular app?
Because that is what we talked about yesterday.
This particular group, right? Flat earthers. You deem them as flat earthers. You deem them as a group. You know they are on this app. That's the whole purpose of the video. And you posted this video. And after, maybe you posted it before you knew, but after you're told that that could cause harm to a particular group, you still don't take your video down.
You should be happy about it. It's fixed now. It can never happen again.
Your video
No, you should take your video down.
For what reason? It is fixed now.
Because you know it can do harm to a particular group, no matter who that group
Not
is.
anymore. It is fixed now.
No.
Now, it's listening back to these sort of things, you can hear the tone of people's voices, right? Because you have to remember that these people back then, very, very close to, you know, the child abuse sort of accusations and stuff that's going on. And, you know, flat earthers, he's right there, Rakia. I mean, Rakia's house was posted actually in a website by one of the people in this arena, like one of the people like Mr. 42. So, you know, people in this arena shouldn't have to have this sort of thing. So that's what you're actually dealing with here. Now, there are YouTubers, particularly like Mr. 42 and like McToon, who will use certain bits of information for their personal gain. Now, what's he gaining out of it? Well, Mr. 42 made a bit of money out of it from Dave Weiss, but what else is he making from it?
He also got the, you know, his peers would have been congratulating him and saying, well done, you know, because it's a whole team effort, isn't it? Group think when one does something. And that was it. They had a discussion in a Discord server about the app. And I doubt it went down like, oh, I found a security issue. Oh, we must help people by exposing this. It was more like, what can we do to shut this app down? What can we do to get at the flat earthers? Because they hate flat earthers. Again, I'm going to use hate because they chuck it about all over the place, when in reality, globers hate flat earthers for having a different opinion. And unfortunately, sometimes flat earthers hate globers. You know, it's a vicious cycle because neither of them are right.
I think that's what DP's question was alluding to, right? He was saying there's hundreds of thousands of apps. There's actually probably millions of apps out there that have some sort of security issue. Why this one? And what was the impetus to do that? He says, because we were talking about it. No. I don't think that's how it went down, guys. It absolutely had to be malicious, because if it wasn't malicious, as you point out, Emma, right? A decent person would go, oh, look, I happen to find this security issue. And Dave, behind the scenes, you talk to Dave and say, Dave, found the security issue. Like, I wasn't meaning to find it, but I found it. Or maybe I was meaning to find it, but I'm a decent human being and I don't want to put it out there that this is how you might find a security issue and potentially dox a bunch of people, whether they're flat earthers or not. A decent person tells it, but Mr. 42, no. And he left his video out there. That's why all of us were.
What about the question, who was in that room? How many of them? Who were they?
Yes.
Only Mr. 42 made the video. Right. So everyone else in that room that was privy to that information could have been one of those hackers.
Yes.
They could have just allowed Mr. 42 to eavesdrop on a conversation, and he might have been the guy that just made a video.
But they would have had the conversation because they wanted someone to make the video.
Yeah.
And Mr. 42, one of those guys, he went and made a video because, well, as we know, as we'll find out later, he likes to make videos when he's told to.
Yeah, it's one closer step to making a video for Scimandiddy. Because that's the mission, right? You help this man, you become a bigger YouTube star. I think that's what it's all about. Adding drama.
Hang on. I was on mute, but as soon as you said Scimandiddy, I started laughing. That was funny.
Well,
you wait.
Yeah,
just wait.
It's not really a joke.
No.
You probably won't be laughing by the end of this. Although I have laughed. Fucking have I. So thanks, guys, for helping us out with this. Fun times, right? So you can hear the passion in these people's voices. This was new. This is when Dave Weiss had just put his app out there, and this was an attack. And as DP will say, I think he said it a bit later to Dave Weiss about, we just done the laser waving. Are you a blue dot? DP had done a load of memes for Dave. So he was feeling responsible for all of those blue dots. He didn't want any harm to come to any of them. But Mr. 42's waving around a hacking thing about people's fucking dates and locations and passwords and stuff. Just as McToon is doing right now. About the very same app. The very same thing that 42's doing here. Except in this one, 42's saying that Dave Weiss has fixed it. McToon said in his tweet that this security breach that he's talking about has been going for 3 years since this video.
Oh, okay, so it could teach people how to do harm to a particular group.
It doesn't matter if it's a group within this arena or another group. Take the fucking video down.
Rakia, for the 5th time, I ask you, what harm is shown in my video?
Yeah, what harm? So, yeah, you still trying to justify your crap, man. Take your video down. Make another video and say it's been fixed. Dave did a great job repairing his app.
I will do that.
Yeah,
by
I
the way.
can't wait for it.
But I just got a.
So when are you getting
a
busy on
comment
that now?
from
You piece of shit.
DITRH. Mr. 42 donation sent, much
Did he?
appreciated on my video in public.
Can you
Yeah,
pause
but
it?
you
So
know,
there is no reason to put my video.
go on.
Did he? This has been some time now. Does anybody know? Did he put a video out saying that Dave fixed his issues on his app?
I think so. He did
He
too.
Yeah, he did the one where he exposes it, and then he did another one, same like thumbnail, pretty much same title, but it was fixed, and he says thank you to Dave for sending him money.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. See, what I think is, I don't know whether Dave had to pay everybody that was in the room, but Mr. 42 said he was in a room and they all discussed this issue. So I don't know whether Mr. 42 is the only one that ended up getting paid out of that group of people that were discussing what they should do about Dave's app, and whether it's just because Mr. 42 was the one that put himself out there as the YouTube channel that ended up with Dave knowing about it. I mean, if 42 hadn't have put his video out, or if nobody would have told Dave Weiss about Mr. 42's video, then Dave Weiss might still not know. We just don't know.
Right. So here's another a question that came from somebody that's in my vehicle. So this is all 2.5, almost 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Why did this suddenly come up again now?
Because McToon...
Because we're not just we're not haphazardly going over something from 2.5, almost 3 years ago, right?
No. McToon made like an identical video, near enough. When I watched the McToon video, I thought, Jesus, that's the deja vu. Dave Weiss has got to know about that. So I sent, made sure that Dave Weiss had seen this video too. Although it is McToon, and I mean, I'm pretty sure Dave Weiss knows that McToon's absolutely obsessed with him. So Dave Weiss has got to have people sending him emails and videos and people making all sorts of stuff up about him all the time. There's no way he'd have enough time to deal with all of the shit that's being said about Dave.
I'm sure.
Okay, so...
But it is interesting, though, that 2.5 years later, more, McToon does a video of something that's still a security risk, or maybe a security risk, or not a security risk, because Mr. 42 said it was fixed and could never happen again. I mean...
It's a different one, happened? Supposedly.
Okay.
It's a different
all right.
one.
So there you go.
Yeah. But the circumstances of McToon finding out about it are very dubious, right? Sort of in a similar sort of way. McToon was privy to a conversation about, like 42 said. He was in a meeting about it. And like 42, McToon decided not to tell Dave Weiss about it. He decided not to tell Dave Weiss's developer about it. He decided to make a video about it.
Make a video about it.
Yeah.
It's
and wait for
same
somebody
thing
to
played out
watch the
again.
video and then tell Dave Weiss about the issue.
Yep.
Exactly the same way, as far as I remember. There's no difference again.
Yeah.
Except with this one, it doesn't appear that Dave Weiss has paid McToon anything. And McToon now appears to be actively looking for hackers to go after Dave Weiss's app and, I don't know, find the locations and passwords of all of the people on Dave Weiss's app. Which, I mean, what does it matter, really? But you know that McToon does do email for a living. So all you'd really have to do is send him an email, and McToon would be able to know everything about you, really. That's what he does.
Take my video down.
The ramifications of this is, right, that we now know that they're a group, particularly you and the group of people that you were talking to last night, like you said, but seeming as though 5 weeks, you said also. So what happened last night? Irrelevant. We know that there are a group of people out there. I'm going to call you anti-flat earthers because you hate flat earthers, right? I'm not a flat earther, but I know that you and the group that you were talking to particularly despise flat earthers. Now, that group... There you go. Am I wrong? Was I wrong then? Nearly 3 years ago.
No, you are not wrong, Des.
Right, I'm still not a flat earther. Wasn't a flat earther back then. I don't know why I should have to say that, right? I don't think people should have to say that. But...
No, they shouldn't have to say that, especially if they've said it numerous times already.
Yes, Stone, yes, I am. This is my legacy, a documentation of the behaviour of the people within this arena. Where a chance where people come to speak their mind and let people know what's going on. Yes, I am.
Thanks, Bev.
Very
we
proud
appreciate
of this.
it.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate you.
Group of people we now know are hackers. They purposely hack people. Now, do you pry into IP addresses like McToon's?
Absolutely not.
No, you wouldn't do that. Is that low-level hacking?
I don't know what that would be called. I don't know. I actually don't know what MC Toon did, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
So you say something I don't know.
Well, okay. So we've got I've got a recording of McToon talking about tracing somebody's IP address because they sent him a nasty message. I guess that's his email thing. But, you know, when people can trace you to a certain location, people like McToon. He can do that. He has said that. He's bragged about it. Okay, but we now know that, right? Now, what would be the purpose of us? I mean, we're not flat earthers, but you might think we're flat earthers, and then do you think that would give you a right to try and hack our stuff? To expose weaknesses in our personal security, let's say. Would you feel justified in doing that?
That has nothing to do with flat earth or not, to be fair.
Would you be doing it to get paid?
Fucking idiot.
I didn't do that to get paid. If David didn't send me any money, I didn't know he would.
What did you do it for anyway. Then? What did you do it for?
For a video.
Oh, you did it for a YouTube entertainment channel?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Mr. 42. He does it for a YouTube entertainment channel. You want to see what was coming. How long are we going to take to get to it? Mr. 42. He did this, got paid by Dave Weiss for making a video about hacking the friend finder. You can hear DP, Rakia. These people are passionate about this. It's their identity. They put their face out there. They put themselves out there. And this is what these people are doing. It's literally threatening to them. You can hear it. They're real people. So
or would you get paid?
You did a hack, right? You did a hack video for entertainment purposes on YouTube.
Again, there's no hack.
It's in the title of the video.
I know.
Yeah. So you want people to at least think that you can publicly get away with making a hacking video where you actually show something. I mean, like, I'm not experienced. I don't know. It looked to me like you were going into source code and hacking in the video that you titled Hacking This App.
Okay, Bev.
Is that
sorry.
a bit dishonest, though? I mean, let's admit that if you're not actually hacking, then making a video saying you are hacking something for entertainment purposes on YouTube is a bit deceitful, right?
It is getting attention.
It's deceitful. Why can't you admit it's deceitful? It's a downright lie to get views. You are a deceiving piece of shit.
Thank you very much, DP. Yes, I think that sums it, Mr. 42, up very well. Right now, this story, that was just an interlude, right, to take you back. I do have the receipts for the conversations that I've had, as you can hear, with Mr. 42, and there is also the next video in line is a recording that we had with Dave Weiss about the concerns of the people that you've just heard and how those concerns were quashed by Dave Weiss about him securing the app that they were talking about, right? So we now know that when Mr. 42 says he wasn't hacking, he was, because he showed Dave Weiss a hole in his security, and Dave Weiss shored up that hole and paid Mr. 42 for his services. Nobody else should be able to say anything about this. And if Mr. 42's out there listening in, I hope he's one of the 33 viewers. Thank you very much. If he's one of the 33 viewers, he can come in and explain himself. Because the Logos part of the journey is the bit that to come, right? Because Logos always hands you these little gifts. Now, as Emma was going over there to go and find this video, there was another video that jumped out at her. And this is where the story gets a little bit strange. Because Emma kept hold of it. I think you put a... Did you make a... You made a little meme. And I think you might have put it in the channel, but you didn't make a big deal out of it or anything, this video that you found.
No.
Right. And I went to go and find this video that we've just been listening to. And also the other video with Dave Weiss, which... I record a lot of stuff, but I don't put it out because there's a lot of personal stuff that we talk about and we go over. And I think that video, it should be for members only, if you will. I mean, I'm not a YouTube member, but I mean, if you want to come into Discord at some point and you want to relive a moment of... flat earthers at the beginning of the app, there were different times back then. It's all changed now. It's gone fucking weird. But it's only because there's no communication. And back then there was. There was loads of communication backwards and forwards. So we can do that. We can go over those sort of things again. I think people from here, we will start doing that and going over these videos. But take us back to the video that we found right now. Go on.
I was just going to say, it's probably worth mentioning again why Emma was looking for the video that you just played. Because it was Mr. 42 that asked you for the specific date and time that this whole thing started.
Yeah,
correct?
that I talked to Dave Weiss.
Emma just didn't go to... Yeah. Emma just didn't go to Mr. 42's page just to go to Mr. 42's page like on a whim. Like
No.
This is now played out two and a half almost later. The same thing happened with Mechtoon doing the same thing and dredging this whole thing back up again. And you simply said, well, I was the one who told Dave Weiss that you had, Mr. 42 had created that video in the first place.
Yeah.
Or else Dave wouldn't have known.
Yeah. And I said to
and
Mr.
then the
42.
challenge came back to you.
Yeah. I said to 42, I said, we talked to Dave Weiss. And 42 said, no, you didn't. And I went, yeah, we did.
yes, we did.
Don't tell me I didn't talk to Dave Weiss. I've definitely talked to Dave Weiss. Crazy person.
Right. So then the challenge came of build back the timeline. That's why Emma went over to Mr. 42 is to build back the timeline, right? 2.5 years later, almost 3 years later.
Yeah, he directed us back to his channel, right?
Yes.
So Mr. 42
now we can continue with the Logos bit.
Yeah, thank you. So Emma does that, and in the meantime, I'm looking at all of these apps and reliving the memories of old conversations, which I don't know whether anybody's aware of what that can do. Who else is there around here that's recorded conversations from 2.5 years ago that can go back and, back to that moment in time and press a play button and listen to it? Like, I feel honoured for all of the stuff that I've got here. M. Stone's taking the piss out of me in the chat, but man, that's some memories that I've got. Hours and hours and hours and hours of conversations. And
how about why is M. Stone still around? Don't you have a life, bro? Go on with your globe and be happy with it. Why are you coming around to other people's channels trying to cause discord?
Well, the question what you'll be saying is, has Simon Dan ever asked you to make him a video? Stone. Because that's where we're going, right? This is the journey that we went on. Emma found a video. And in the meantime, Mr. 42 is having a go at me because I should come up with the date and time that I had a chat with Dave Weiss. So I did. I found out the date. It was the 2nd of December, 21. Thanks to Emma going back to Mr. 42's channel and finding out when Mr. 42 made his video. Because that gave us a direct link to the time when I told Dave Weiss that Mr. 42 had made a video. It wasn't hard to work out the time when I talked to Dave Weiss. But what I then did was look at my records and yes, it's there in my records, that conversation. If anybody is out there and they do want to relive the time that we're going through right now with McToon, it's exactly the same. There's no difference. It's almost as if it's a scripted scene that's being replayed. Exactly the same, except that time Dave Weiss paid 42. This time, has he paid McToon? Is he still gaining viewers for his app? Is it actually doing him any harm? Is McToon actually working for Dave Weiss now? Who knows? It's 2024. It's all a drama, scripted thing. They've already been over this. The 42 thing is a rehearsal, I think, for McToon. He's just a little bit higher up the ladder. They're just redoing it for 2024. Hacksaw 2024 as opposed to 2021 with the 42. But let's get round to it now, right? We've got a video. And how can I do this? Can I just put the video on? How do you build that up to this, Emma?
Love.
What about if I get the thing right now? So the video that Emma found on Mr. 42's channel is, we get it in the chat here. The description. Oh. Come on, I must have done a load of bloody. There you go, that one. So too many screenshots. I don't know whether you can read this. It says, this is the description of the video that Emma found on Mr. 42's channel. Don't think you'll find it there now because I don't know. I'll run you through the story, right? Logos takes us to this. Emma brings a video. She says, Bev, have you watched that video yet? And I say, what video? She says, that one I found from Mr. 42's the other day. It's only 2 minutes something. And I went, no, I've not seen it. She went, have you seen the meme? And I went, I think I saw a picture of a guy. Looks like he's got no arms or only half of his arms or whatever. Have you got that one, Emma? Is that, you put it in the live chat? The Diddy party. So this one here, this is the description. Now, I will read this because we know how deceptive Mr. 42 can be, because he just told us he made a video about hacking that wasn't hacking, but he put hacking in the title so everyone would think he's a hacker. There you go, that's the one. So this is what's to come. So this is the description. It says, at Scimandiddy, so linking Scimandiddy, at Scimandiddy made me do it, but he never made it into a video. He never made it into a video. At Playing a Walk decided to release his version. So I'm afraid there's no turning back now. I am not responsible for any damage as a result of watching this abomination of a video. They don't want you to see this video, and you will see why when you watch it. It's the video that they have been trying so hard to hide from you. So I've got a few questions after reading this. Obviously. Scimandiddy made him do this video. Am I selling this for you? So this is 42. He's got a video on his channel. It's age restricted. So I hope there's no children watching, because we are going to be watching
A child at heart.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't watch it.
I've got,
Just
well,
kidding.
slight nudity. I think that's the issue.
I'm
you're okay-
working anyways. I'm
you're
probably not
okay
going to
with
watch.
that. If you're okay with male topless nudity, I think you might be able to get away with it. But he makes a video, right? And he titles it this. It says, Scimandiddy made me do it, but he never made it into a video, right? He never made it into a video. So, questions, right? Scimandiddy made him do it, and he never turned it into a video, which means, to me, 42 must have sent Scimandiddy this video, because Scimandiddy didn't turn it into a video. So Scimandiddy might have it in his private collection, because that's what we've found out. Scimandiddy, you could say requests, but 42 here says that Scimandiddy made him do this. made it, and he never made it into a video. And because Planar Walk decided to release his version of it, 42 decides that he has to put his video out and make it public, which he did. It was on his channel. Emma found it, and she, well, I guess she watched it first and said, "Bev, you're gonna have to watch this." And I went, "All right." And is this the right time to play it? Is it? Oh, wait a minute. That's not the right one, is it? What do I want? Have I got? I'll have to get you for the channel. Is it that one?
Love's going to leave me.
No, where's the beginning of it? It must be in the other video channel. I've got to give you the right one. I can't give you that one. All sorts of trouble being for that. What did I title it? Oh.
Are you looking for the actual video?
Yeah.
You did post
here
it
we
in
go,
that
here we
text
go,
channel.
here we go, yeah.
Love's going.
Right. You'll see the title of this, right? So we get to watch a video. Now, obviously, I've had to do some work to this video to protect the innocent, I think. Right, here we go. So remember, Scimandiddy made him make this video. Hence the, will you make me a video? And yeah, this is the, well, full video. Here we go.
Love's going to leave me. So sexy it hurts, and I'm too sexy for Milan, too sexy for Milan, New York and Japan. And I'm too sexy for your party, too sexy for your party. No way I'm disco dancing. I'm a model, you know what I mean. And I do my little turn on the catwalk. Yeah, on the catwalk. On the catwalk. Yeah, I do my little turn on the catwalk. Too sexy by far. And I'm too sexy for my hat, too sexy for my hat. What do you think about that? I'm a model, you know what I mean. And I do my little turn on the catwalk. Yeah, on the catwalk. On the catwalk. Yeah, I shake my little touch on the catwalk. Turn on the catwalk, yeah, on the catwalk, yeah, on the catwalk, yeah, I shake my little tush
Silence, right? I don't know whether there is anything else to say after that. What do you think about that? I'm pretty sure the green screen made it look like his arms were really skinny.
Can you just point out
such
that was
skinny arms, can they?
that? Yeah, I think you need to point out because people are asking. So the main video was Mr. 42.
Yes.
The background video. The little square that came up with Plainer Walks was obviously taken from Plainer Walks' version of the same thing, and it was just
at the same time, right? You know, Scimandiddy, obviously, he's either in a party or something with them, and he requested that people make a video for him, right? You know. Now, you guys have just watched that, right? Hopefully, not many of you clicked off, right, to do that. Now, here's the question. This is the question. Who is there that could make you make that video? Go on. Who? Which person could make you make that video?
absolutely no one, and
not
no
even like your husband, or you know, like
absolutely not.
Like
Absolutely
even
not.
if you were dating and in love at that time, right, and you were wanting to impress him, and he asked you, could you make that video? Would you, you know, for the love of your life, would you be able to do that then?
Absolutely not. No.
No. AJ says Nathan Oakley. Could Nathan Oakley make you make that video? Maybe. If you wanted to get into the club, right? You know, if there is that club, you know, the Diddy Club. Make me famous, Diddy. It's like, well, you know, can you make a video for me? Got some lube for you. Will you, anyone? Come on. Who'd a man with a gun? Could a man with a gun make you do that? I mean, like, you would be... I would admit that you could be out of tune with your dancing. Like, because in that, it looked like he was under duress. That's what I said, right? That's a humiliation ritual video. I feel like 42 is a victim here.
No, well,
Scimandiddy must have something on him, right? To make him make that video, he's got to have something on him.
But Scimandiddy did not make a video out of it, so Mr. 42 put it out himself. How are you the victim if you put it out yourself because someone didn't put it out themselves when they asked you to make a video?
Wanted it for his private collection, obviously. Like the question is, how many other videos does Scimandiddy have?
That's one question.
Does he have
Another
a collection of videos on people?
Potentially, probably, because didn't he say that Planar Walk had to do the same thing or wanted to do the same thing? Or
I mean, I don't think Planar Walk took his top off, right? I don't think he didn't do like the full. He did like a 7-second bit. Mr. 42 did the whole video. Now, is there a special extended mix that Scimandiddy got? No.
Maybe. But again, Mr. 42 put this out himself. Like you can't get away from that. He put it out himself. And also, I don't know if people are asking about what was in place of the little thing with Planar Walk in it, but I don't know if you want to say or not, but it was more disturbing than it was just looking at it for those who thought it was disturbing.
Well, you know, to protect the innocent, I don't think it needs it, right? The actual video is the is the thing that got me. I mean, I did ask him, I did say, how come you've got a age-restricted video on your channel with a child in it? And, you know, what he did then was, right, this is the strange part. I'll put this here. So, he makes this video that you guys have just watched. And, like I say, I asked him what, you know, why have you got an age-restricted video on your channel that's got a child in it? I obviously blocked the child out. And this is his reply, yeah. He said about my way of thinking, and I said, that's a rather strange accusation, you know. And he says, I'm not going to repeat your disgusting behaviour, which I'm not too, like, watching one of his videos, as you guys have just done, right? I mean, that's not really disgusting behaviour, but I mean, I do feel a little bit dirty. Do anyone else feel a little bit dirty for watching that video? I mean, most people have gone off now. But yeah,
to be honest, I didn't even watch it until, so I scrubbed through it. So I didn't sit through the whole video. I just scrubbed through it and went, that looks odd. Heard the song and went, okay, I'll just share this in the server and see what people think of it. And it was only when when we all watched it together, and I was like, oh, this is way worse than I thought.
It's
okay.
Weird. It's weird.
It's just not something that nobody could make me do anything like that. I don't get it. Yeah, it's a bit weird. But again, it's not the first really strange thing we've seen in the flat Earth, globe Earth arena.
Yeah, you were obviously.
It went underneath that. Yeah.
Uh-oh, it's a hot mic.
I think Buster might have a hot mic.
Have you got it?
Oh, I thought you'd muted up.
No, I haven't muted him. I don't know. He stopped talking. Oh, there you go. Thank you. You never know.
I'll do that for a minute. Yeah.
He'll be all right. He'll be able to sort it anyway, won't he? Right. So the questions come from watching that video. It's like, if you can't imagine yourself doing that sort of a video, like, what do you do about, you know, like, this is how you imagine what other people do. If you can't imagine yourself doing it, how do you make allowances for other people who do these sort of things? It is 2024. He did make that video. And he obviously got into it. He was loving it. I bet Scimandiddy was loving that. The question is, how many other people has Scimandiddy done that to? And this is the consequences, right? Is I don't know whether you guys can read that, but I mean, I don't even want to say the words of what Mr. 42 accused me of for watching one of his videos on his channel. And he took the video down. That video that you've watched, he took it down. And that's what you have to do. When people like Mr. 42 use their family within these videos, because the whole reason I'm here is because somebody called me a child abuser for saying that level was a straight line on a horizontal plane. Much like Mr. 42's doing here. But except this time, he's worse. And it's only because we watched a video on his channel and thought, wow, that's weird. It's like really weird. But it allows him to make accusations of people. Over there in McToons's Discord, they allow this sort of stuff. They've got a channel over there in his Discord called Bev's Room of Shame. So I've got a dedicated room where they are allowed to do this sort of thing. Now, add the fact that I'm not a flat earther. Also add the fact that these people admit to hacking Dave Weiss's app, and they're willing to accuse people of horrendous things, disgusting things, and then imagine that they can just keep doing it. That's Mr. 42, the guy that dances in videos at the request of Scimandiddy. Don't know how many videos he's made, whether he does private showings, whether he has an OnlyFans. We don't know. All we know is that whenever you question him on this sort of stuff, he might say those sort of things to you. Oh, here he is. He's in the chat. He might be accusing all of you about that, but I guess there was no child in that video, was there?
And I just, like, for Mr. 42, if you have any proof of those comments, because at the moment, it seems to me like you're trying to justify the fact that you made a video with your daughter at the request of Scimandiddy, and now you're ashamed that people have found it. And I mean, we've got the screenshots of the Discord of you talking to Bev. If you can provide the screenshots of what you're claiming, which I doubt Mr. 42 can, but I don't know, he's a hacker, so who knows what this guy could come up with.
Mm-hmm. You could change all of the descriptions and change stuff in Photoshop as well to make it edit stuff in. Like, he's been known to do all sorts of stuff. Maybe it's just a joke after with the fact, but I mean, that doesn't look like it's somebody's mindset. How do you even imagine somebody else's mindset? I can't even imagine that myself. So Mr. 42, right, is a victim. I say he's a victim of Scimandiddy. At the request of Scimandiddy, he made a video, and I don't think he meant to make it public. I think Mr. 42 meant to keep that one private, and somehow it was on his public thing, and Emma happened to find it. Logos handed that video to Emma because Emma was made to go back. Scimandiddy made Emma go back over to Thingy's video because she was looking for a timestamp of when we talked to Dave Weiss. It's not lying, Mr. 42. You want to name any of the lies? I've recounted as much as I can from my knowledge, and the people around me also remembering the same thing, Mr. 42. Come in. Tell me where the lie is. Show the people how I'm lying, please. It'll help me sort my head out. Because at the minute, it looks like you're just talking shit. Tell me where the lie is.
This is what winning looks like, Bev. You're killing it. I love it. Thank you, sir.
Well, I've had it all week from Mr. 42. He's been hounding me. And every time I've been to go and look for something, it's become more and more suspicious, the whole thing. The hacking videos, the way that they just flaunt the fact that they're hacking. He even thinks he can come in here after an hour and 40 of me doing a show and tell me that I'm lying. Tell you lot that I'm lying. Where's the lie? You can't tell anyone. So, 42. I'm going to continue on you later, Bev. Look at that. What's that mean? I'm going to continue on you later, Bev. That'll be over there in McToon's thing.
Yeah, well, or, I mean, that might be a hacking threat.
Yeah.
Just so everyone out there, if Bev now gets hacked or anything happens, you know who to look at.
Yeah, well, we know the hacker's in the midst. I mean, we made the video about it a few years ago. I think we also put out the bit with McToon and the IP.
Oh, does Mr. 42 not realise that we've actually got the video?
Of Dave, what I was talking to Dave Weiss. I don't think he does.
No. Well, we've got that video, but we've also got the video he removed from his channel.
Yeah, he's watched it, hasn't he?
Well, it depends unless he's just. Why would he only just start commenting? He hasn't gone back. You've missed it, Mr. 42. Go back and watch it. Not that far back.
Oh, he's got better things to do. Like, he's already seen his video. He knows what he knows that, like, we don't even know if there's an extended mix that he sent to Scimandiddy. The only thing we know is that Scimandiddy didn't make a video out of the material Mr. 42 sent him. As good as it was, right? I mean, that was some classic material. How could Scimandiddy not make that into a video? Anyone? If you found a video like that in your inbox, what would you do? Would you make it into a video? Anyone? Talking to people like you, miss you, asking. AJ, would you?
Can I clarify something? Is Mr. 42 now saying that Scimandiddy did not ask him to make this video? Is that what he's claiming after he put in the description that Scimandiddy made him do it? But that was a joke. Was it also the same joke as he's hacking but not hacking?
Yeah. It just basically means you can't trust a fucking thing that they're saying, yeah.
Exactly.
So you're not actually meant. Right? Yeah. You're not meant to believe him when he says that I'm a liar, right? He's a proven joker, right? He doesn't mean what he says. It's not a lie when Mr. 42 does it.
Or is it a lie when Mr. 42 does it? So when Mr. 42 says Bev's a liar, I think people ought to think about that clearly, because the logic of that is, if Mr. 42 is a liar, clearly demonstrated that he is, then when he says Bev's a liar, what does that actually mean coming from a liar? That Bev's telling the truth?
Yeah, well, that's all they ever do, is they just say it, don't they? They've got nothing to back up anything. It's like they've got no argument. They've got nothing. They've got no rebuttal. They've got absolutely nothing other than the statement that, you're a liar. But, I mean, it doesn't carry much weight, does it? To someone who's got proof and who knows, and he's got the receipts of all of the conversations and everything, doesn't mean anything, 42. But I know that doesn't mean anything to you guys in your little group. That's what's worrying about this hacking attempt where McToon's just sending everybody out, because you're delusional. You ask for people to answer you a question. They do answer you, but you don't think it's an answer. So you just keep asking the same question. I think he's up to 100 and something asking me the same question about, well, I don't know. Have we got it in there? Right. I don't want to labour on it. We'll try and find out any more information about these sort of things. But like I say, I've only just heard about this. Scimandiddy asking... Well, we only know of two people, Plain to Walk and Mr. 42. Now, this was done nearly 3 years ago, these, I think, 2 and a bit years ago, these requests that Scimandiddy made. There's been a few changes to Plain to Walk in that time. I don't know what 42, whether 42 has gone through any changes, but in that time, there's obviously a lot of things changed. I mean, there's a lot of things changed around here. I can remember when 42 was hacking Dave Weiss's app the first time. We had a few friends round here that aren't sadly not with us anymore. So going over those times is reliving memories that, well, good times, really, I think, when you listen to them. So I'd like to thank Mr. 42 for the ability to go back to those sort of times. If anybody does want to come back and listen to those sort of things, you know, see the receipts for any of this stuff that we're talking about, we can go over it. I can show you the little clips about it. We can relive Dave Weiss's conversations with the flat earthers and giving them the reassurance that the app's okay. I don't know whether we're going to get that for the new app update, so I don't know why anyone would bother, really. It's 2024. Do you want to watch that? You don't want to watch Scimandiddy sort of videos that people... Diddy.
I just wanted to say something funny.
Go on.
I've had that app since it came out.
Yeah.
I don't even think I don't even think I've installed the app on my new phone. Like, I just had the app.
I know. I opened it up the other day, and there's like a new check thing that you have to click in order to get through the new updates and everything that's happened. I mean, I don't know. I haven't really bothered doing it myself. I don't think it was meant to be a place where people could come together, wasn't it? That was the idea. It was a friend finder. But Flat Earth has since turned into some of the most fucking exclusive the flat earthers, some of the flat earthers nowadays, and I'm particularly talking about the FED and QE, they're the most anti-flat earth people I know. I know some people like McToon and Mr. 42 are anti-flat earthers. But, man, listening to Nathan Oakley and QE having a go at Witsit, that's the worst thing I've ever heard, I think. So put Nathan Oakley and QE on the list of anti-flat earthers, because they're horrible people. And Dave Weiss's app, sorry, but yeah, there's not many friends to be found in the flat earth, because everybody's too busy not having any arguments and trying to substitute it by shouting at each other. There's plenty of decent conversations to be had, but not in this arena, I'm afraid. It's too much hostility. People like Mr. 42, Nathan Oakley, calling people names, driving people away. Sorry to see it. You don't want to watch this, do you? Any requests? I think it's about time we had a buster, right? Anyone in there? Yeah, Mike, it's boring as fuck, isn't it? The Real Globe, I'm just in sort of talks at the minute. I've got a Real Globe presentation for Dave Weiss sorted out, and I think Mike Jones is doing another chat with Jesse Gordon tomorrow morning, UK time, early American time as well. I don't know. I think it was due at 10 a.m. UK tomorrow. I don't know whether it's going to be on video or anything. What about Agents of the Logos? I've not heard that for a while, right? You like that? Buster, classic. Thanks for watching, people. Discord, if you want to come on in. It is a really early UFC tomorrow. I saw you talking about it, Mike. Come on in. We do the Fight Pass early stuff. So if you, it starts at 3. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. It's a really bad time for me this time because my dad's going through a bit. I don't know how much we're going to be around next week, but pop into the Discord. That's obviously the best place for anybody to come and have a chat. See you next week. That's not working, is it? What's
I see the writing on the wall, it's plain. Ramblings of his madman going insane. And now I see it clear. They're running and they're hiding because of fear. If I don't speak out if I never communicate with logical words. If I don't sing, if I don't speak out, if I never receive the logos word. Transcendental numbers and conceptual maths will take you on a journey down a penrose path, and you'll never see it clear. The path that you're on will be ends and tears. If I don't sing and if I don't speak out, if I never communicate with logical will, if I don't sing and if I don't speak out, if I never receive the logos word. Cast away the shadows and step into light, taking down giants and opening sight. And now I see it clear, the path that you're on, my ends and feet. if I don't sing, if I don't speak out, if I never communicate the logical will, if I don't sing, if I don't speak